Hello everyone and welcome back to the most exciting episode yet of my artist mindset. The last episode of the first season. Guys, can you believe it? Can you believe that I managed to do this podcast for every week this whole year? That's 52 episodes. I mean, how is that possible? How is that possible, guys? I'm super excited for this episode and I'm super grateful to all of you for being here. First of all, a disclaimer, as you might already noticed if you're listening or if you're watching, I am currently in my childhood bedroom again, so we are sort of where we started, to be honest, which is quite funny actually. It's quite hilarious because I was thinking this whole time how I'm gonna improve, and now I'm back to recording on my camera and recording the audio on my phone. So I apologize if the audio isn't the best. Plus, as you can hear, my voice sounds a bit different. I think it's a bit nice, or like it's interesting. It's a bit lower than usual. And that's because I was sick. I was traveling to Gran Canaria. I went to Tenerife for a week and I got sick on the airplane from the air conditioner. After a few days, I got better. Then I went on an airplane again for 5 hours and I got sick again. And then I went to the mountains and here we are. I feel much better, but my vocal cords are a bit strained. I've also been singing a lot, but that's actually good news. Without further ado, let's get into the final episode of this season, shall we? Hello and welcome back. I will try to not breathe into the microphone too much because it's just my phone microphone. It's not the beautiful Zoom recorder or a studio microphone that I'm used to using. So I'll do my best to make it sound as good as possible, but don't expect huge quality in the sound. But I hope I can offer you some good quality in the content of this video or episode. What I wanted to talk about today is the lessons I've learned in 2025, because it's something I've been reflecting a lot in the past few weeks. And I feel like it's also very appropriate, right? Because maybe you want to reflect on what you've learned this year. Because let me tell you something, guys. So I've been reflecting about this year, and a lot of the things that happened already in the beginning, I forgot. Like, I genuinely forgot a lot of things, or it felt like I've done them ages ago because I've done so much. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this was this year. How is this possible? Like, for example, the retreat I did with my best friend, Anna. It was in May. But how did I forget? It feels like ages ago. But yeah, we managed, and I'm really proud of us. And there is so many things that I've done, and I've learned from them a lot of things. But what I wanted to share today is probably the most important lesson for me, which ties very well into my confidence and relationships. And that is that for me, life is a lot about people. And I don't know if you feel the same, but I've realized it actually, especially in Tenerife, because I found my tribe. Honestly, guys, I found my people. And suddenly life felt so much easier, and the future just felt like I can relax, things are gonna be all right. And that's how I realized that it's so important. The people that you surround yourself with, it's so important that they are the right people for you. And that, of course, might look differently for everybody. But please don't ignore the gut feeling you have about people. And as I heard also in Tenerife, don't run back into the burning house just because it's cold outside. Or as my Lithuanian friend told me, don't jump into the nettle, like the stinging nettle, because it's a Lithuanian saying. And it basically means like don't run back to the old situations, just because they're familiar and kind of comfortable, if they're not good for you. And I know it's very easy to say and difficult to do, but I think it's worth it, I've been there a couple of times, and especially now that my best friend moved to another city, I feel kind of lonely in the town of Aarhus, and it's a bit difficult, sometimes to trust people, but that's just my pure nature. I don't trust so easily to people, or don't open up so easily, and then I can very easily end up in the sort of role of a listener of the other people, but then I don't feel so seen. But please remember that the people that you surround yourself with are also part of the environment. You know how we say that environment is what matters the most. Like the environment affects you so much, right? Like if you would eat junk food every day, you wouldn't feel so good. Or if you, lived in a house with mold, for example, you can get sick, right? But what if that mold is people in your life and you don't know it or you don't see it? And so that was a lesson number one for me, because I love people and I think I'm genuinely curious about people, so it's easy for me to talk to them, but it's also very easy for me to get very excited about things and sort of then feel like I'm being used, or sort of forget my purpose, if that makes sense, because I say yes a lot to a lot of things. And this is lesson number 2. If it's hard for you to say no, like it is for me, because it's very difficult, and it's not that it's hard for me to say no, I think it's more difficult in the moment when somebody comes with a great idea to not get excited, to not get ideas, to not feel like, oh my God, this is an amazing project and I would love to be part of it and I see how it could develop in the future and what it could be, blah, 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 blah. Because I have thousands of ideas in my mind, like it never stops. So if somebody gives me an idea, I immediately get excited and then I lose myself, because I forget that, this is what I want. I wanted to focus on my podcast in the beginning of this year. Genuinely, I really wanted to focus on my podcast and I really wanted to do more like vlogs. That was my dream, to show you guys more how I live, or what do I do in my daily life or weekly life, because I think those projects are really amazing and really interesting and deserve more attention. But I didn't manage because I said yes to a lot of things that I just got genuinely excited about in the first place, instead of maybe pausing and taking the time to decide. This could be a good advice maybe for you as well if you struggle. There is like genuinely, I think there is no issue with saying I will sleep on it. I will sleep on it, and in the morning I can tell you, or give me a week, give me some time, and then I will give you an answer. Because, it's like in love, it's like in romantic relationships when you start dating somebody, and in the beginning it's all sparks and chemistry and excitement, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to stay with this person forever. But after a few months, when this kind of strong feelings evaporate, then you see if you're truly compatible, right? And the same is with art projects. I think it's very easy in the beginning to get excited and, feel all the chemistry and excitement about doing something. But after a while, after a couple of days, or maybe a few hours, for everybody's different, right? You kind of settle down, calm down, and realize, okay, actually, maybe I shouldn't do this, because it's not the right investment for me. And I'm really grateful I've realized this. I literally wrote in my notebook in Tenerife, when I was in Tenerife, I literally wrote in my notebook that this phrase that says, take a week. Because I think I struggle with taking a break, and especially when I'm sort of in the middle of everything and really tangled in everything. So it's very hard for me to see like, okay, some things I should step back from. Like literally there is this one project, and I don't want to say the name because I love the people and I love this project, but I feel like I shouldn't be part of it next year. Or it's not even a project, it's just a tiny community in one place. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be part of this because it's nice and it's similar to what I do, but it's not aligned. It's not like I want to be friends with those people, but I'm not going to lose them just because I'm not going to do the same art as them, you know? And that's another thing, like don't be scared to lose people. You can still be friends with people if you share the interest and not sort of contribute to their career, you know? Or I mean, I think you still contribute in some ways if you're just friends and you probably inspire each other, but you don't have to do everything for them or be part of the same projects just to feel valuable for those people. Like your value, and this is what ties to my confidence. I still have to work on that. Your value doesn't stem from how much you do or how people perceive you. And I think that's the biggest struggle for me, because you don't know how people perceive you. Of course, you have some perception of the world and you assume what people think, but it's never what people think. It's never the true reality, right? So don't feel like you have to do stuff or that you cannot take time to say no or yes, or you cannot take time for yourself. Because literally I've taken holidays for a week and I didn't use my phone because I was with the most amazing people ever. And it gave me so much clarity for my life, guys. I cannot explain it. It gave me so much clarity. And I'm so grateful I've done that. So please, if there is a community of people you love, or if you just want to stay with your family, or if you just want to go to Vipassana and throw your phone away for 10 days, please do it. Do it for yourself. It's absolutely worth it. And you don't have to be fed with informations and everybody else's lives all the time. Nothing's going to happen. You will only get time and give time to yourself that you need, maybe to process a lot of stuff and get the clarity that you need and gain back the energy to be able to do what truly aligns and matters for you. So please, please, please put yourself first in this scenario, and don't be shy to just use social media and your phone however you want. It's your life, it's your phone, and people will understand, and you will find a way. And if you communicate with your loved ones that, okay, this is just how I'm going to use it, and maybe we can find a compromise, there is always a way. So don't be scared of it. Don't let your fear of doing something wrong, or your fear of being judged by others, or maybe fear of being disliked, to stop you from doing what you love. Please, please, don't let your fear get in the way of your dreams, because you absolutely deserve everything that you want in 2026. And I really hope it's gonna happen for you and it's gonna come to life. I am going to be taking holidays now, so I'm not gonna probably put out a video. Maybe I will, but I don't want to promise anything. But please make that vision board, make that mood board, write down those goals, make your dreams come true next year, because you deserve it, and I feel it. It's our year, guys. So please, let's make it happen. Let's be divas. Let's be divas, and let's go get what we want and find the people that are right for us and the environments that serve us and makes us shine and grow and just be amazing. So please stop dimming your light. No. The solstice is today, the sun is coming back, and we are getting our spark back next year. I love you very much. I appreciate you. And I look so much forward to see you in the next season, not just episode, but season of Artist Mindset. Because next year is the second season, second year. We are doing this again, much better, leveling up in the personal and in this beautiful podcast and our community. So let's level up together. Let's lift each other up. And please, if you want to comment your goals for next year, if you want to lift each other up, if you want to support each other, please do. I also want to know what are your goals. I want to know what you're planning. I want to know. I want to see you shine. I want to see you shine. So please comment and subscribe if we are going to shine together next year. I love you, and I will see you in next season of Artist Mindset. Bye!